Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye. All right, all right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, so the New York Times. This is interesting. I didn't want to do a video on this, but this is something that I got a lot of backlash for several years ago. And so I wanted to speak on, not to say that I was right about it, because I don't like when people, I don't like anything about people, having a downfall or losing their lives and fortune and fame. Nobody, I don't want people to lose. I always uplift people, man. I want people to be great, man. I want America to look like Dubai, and I want America to look like South Beach, Miami. The good side, you know, shout out to Dave County and everything. But the South Beach, South Beach, right next to the beach, Ocean Drive, you know what I mean? Lamborghinis and everything. I want America to look like that. I want the world to look like that, right? Everybody wealthy or middle class, that's because some people don't are not supposed to be wealthy, right? But wealthy, middle class, and nobody poor. Everybody has a home. Everybody has two or three cars, and everybody has a beautiful family and can travel, can do things. I love that environment. I love that environment, right? And so I don't like seeing homeless people and people doing bad and everybody struggling and everybody's sick and stuff. I don't like that. I don't know. Some of you guys might like it. I don't like it, right? So I like everybody doing well. That's why when I was living in Dubai, I was like, man, this is everybody needs to experience this, right? And that this was before was before Dubai, right? This is when Dubai was just coming up, creating all these things. Like they were just in the beginning stages of becoming Dubai, right? It was beautiful back then, but they didn't have nothing that they have now, right? They had the malls, they had the 7-star hotel, they had the nice roads and things like that. They had the luxury, they had the gold and stuff, but they didn't have nothing that we have now. I mean, this right here is like if you went back there when I was living there to now, you'd be like this is night and day, right? It was still beautiful back then, but now it's like just ridiculous, right? So, um, but going back to BitBoy, the New York Times here says he lost his marriage. Yeah, he did. His followers, yeah, I guess he did, and his Lamborghini. Okay, well, Lamborghini was never his in the first place. It was a loaner. It was a company car from the company that was Hit Squad or whatever they were name was. They gave it to him to use, right? As a company car, and then they took it back, right? So when they kicked him out, right? So his marriage, yeah, he cheated on his wife with the girl that got him the stake deal, right? Stake.com deal, the betting site deal. And it was a big lucrative deal, right? With stake.com or whatever they're called, stake dot something. I don't know. It's a betting. I don't gamble, so I wouldn't. But I get it. I understand, right? So it's a big gambling site, stake, and I've seen it around, of course. But so she got him the deal, and so I guess he like, man, she looks good. And she got me the deal. I guess she's really for me. And like, my wife's no longer for me because she got me the $10 million deal, not my wife, right? But yeah, it is what it is. But it was sad. That was pretty sad, right? Um, and then what's the other one? His followers. Well, he got let go from Hit Squad, so the followers left. The followers, went over to his new channel. He does have a new Ben Armstrong channel, right? and it's doing pretty well. I mean, it doesn't have millions of subscribers like the Hit Squad did, but he has over 100,000 already. I mean, he's only had the channel for like 3 months or less than 3 months or something like that, right? So maybe about 3 months now, about 3 months now. So 3 months and 100,000 plus subscribers, that's not bad at all, right? So that's not bad at all. You can make a nice living off 100,000 subscribers on YouTube if you're doing 3 to 6 videos a day. I mean, you can get paid there on YouTube, right? So plus he got the stake contract, right? The stake betting site contract is still with him. He's still doing that. He did say that he was gonna shut the live streams down because they're not really making him money. And matter of fact, he's probably losing money for the live streams, like most YouTubers, unless he gets super chats. So that means people weren't super chatting enough, right? Because if you do live streams and people are super chatting, it makes up for the lost revenues on your ad revenues and stuff that you get, right? So the super chats, the memberships, the members, right? So you also have members on YouTube, and so you have the members can shine, the super chats can come in. You can make a lot of money on live streams, but for some reason he wasn't making any money on live streams. He was losing money on live streams, and he has lawyers knocking down his door and lawsuits everywhere, and that's because of his mouth, right? He opens his mouth a lot, and he has said a lot of harmful things to many people, right? And so it all comes back to you. But I've already foretold this years ago. I think it's 2017, not 2017, 2019. 2019, people asked me about, BitBoy and all the, and I said, guys, this is a train wreck waiting to happen, and I can't believe that these crypto phony people that are around him can't see this, and if they do see it, they're even more bigger phonies than I thought, because I could see it from a mile away. I told you guys that this was going to happen to him, right? So, I mean, I don't need to be prophetic. I was for prophetic, but I don't have to be prophetic to see with common sense that this guy is going to be is going to the crash is going to be something that they're going to be talking about for years to come, right? So when people were telling me about BitBoy in 2019, hey, BitBoy, why don't you ever talk about BitBoy currency? Why don't you ever talk about BitBoy? Go do a collab with BitBoy or something, right? I was in 2020, 2019, 2020, 2020, and I'm like, no, like, yeah, you guys, this is a accident waiting to happen. It's like the Dallas Cowboys, right? you know and Stephen A. Smith song, "Accident Waiting to Happen," accident waiting. um, but yeah, and I was serious. Like, I'm like, guys, do you see the way he is? It's almost like he's bipolar or something, like, and he doesn't understand what he's doing to people, right? And I was like, you got to stay away from this guy, right? And so, and I wish he gets help. I was saying this stuff back in those days. Nobody cared, man. It was, currency's just a party pooper. It's just like, okay, I knew. Look, I mean, you can't be that dumb, guys and girls, right? You should be able to see these things. If somebody's unstable, that is a recipe for disaster. If you give them more money and more fame, hello, it's just it was awful to watch, and it's awful to watch him now. It's like you saw this coming, and you warned. I did videos on this man and said these things, and people didn't care. People were actually didn't like me anymore because I was saying these things. And I'm like, dog, it's not about, no, you don't like me. You don't like yourself. You don't even like Ben because you won't stop him from destroying himself and crashing the train. I'm trying to stop him from crashing the train, and you're on along for the ride to crash the train with him and then go on to somebody else. How many of you guys and girls used to watch Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, all the time, and now have moved on to Altcoin Daily and Altcoin Buzz and Rodney and other people, other influencers? Yeah, you were on the train, you knew it was going to crash. I warned you, and then yet you allowed him to crash, and then you walk away. That's awful. If you did that, I'm not saying everybody did that, but that's awful, folks. And then you got mad at me for calling it out and saying, guys, get off the train. It's going to crash, and get him some help. Nope, you guys didn't want. You guys just thought I was joking around and playing around, and I told you guys this stuff was gonna happen, right? I mean, you guys should be able to see it for yourself. I'm not a genius. It's not rocket science that a guy that's unstable in the mind and kind of like bipolar or something is not, and you give him more power and fame, he's gonna go off the freaking rails at some point. Right? And so the steak bin stuff happened. I mean, the steak stuff happened, and he gets all this. He gets this big endorsement. He thinks he's God now. It's the same story that all these people say the same thing. They thought they were invincible, and then all of a sudden, the moment they think they're invincible, God puts them in their place. All of them, right? Every single last one of them. Oh, I thought I was invincible. I was above the law. I wasn't black. I was OJ. And God says, you're I'm God. You're not. You're not God. You know, you're special to me, but you're not God. I created you, but you're not God. You're not me, right? I gotta humble you. I gotta humble you now, right? And so we see the way we saw with Doquan. Same thing. Doquan said, I had a top five currency. You couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I became God, and God says, nope. You're just a human being. You know what I mean? I love you, but you're just a human being, right? So, um, you are a little god. I'll give you that, but you're not the god, right? You're not the god, right? You're a little G, right? So, you know, so it makes don't ever get it twisted. We're not the god. Well, just because you have money doesn't make you God. You might be a little God, yeah, because God created you, so you are a little God. So you are a God at some, if you want to call yourself that. But you're a little God, right? You're not the God. You're not a big guy. You're not a Holy Spirit. You're not Yeshua. You're not any of the big gods, right? You're a little God, you know. Um, but when you get all this money and fame, you think you are unstoppable, right? And forgetting that you were just sick last week with a cold, and drinking honey. You forget about that when you have when $10 million comes into you, and you got millions of people following you. You got a company Lamborghini, and you got a wife and children, and a mansion, but yet you're sleeping with your the lady that gave you the steak deal, and you think everything nobody's gonna find out. You're good. You're living life, and it all comes crumbling down, right? And and then we really see the mindset of Ben Armstrong once it all comes crumbling down, right? This guy goes completely nuts, right? And so he's on live streams at Carlos's house. I'm gonna find you, Carlos. I'm not scared of you, Carlos. Like, and then people are making memes about all this stuff. I mean, it's just like, God, all of these fake friends that were around him because he was Bit Boy. And yet Currency was like, man, Ben, you need to watch your back because these people are fake, man. They're only with you because of your Bit Boy. But what happened when the train when finally crashes? What is it gonna look like? They're not gonna be there. And how many people are still with Ben right now? Except for State, right? That is with Ben, still the sponsor. But what about all these other people that used to be with roll with Ben? They're not with Ben anymore. Matter of fact, they don't even want nothing to do with Ben anymore because it makes their business look bad. They might lose their sponsorship deals by messing with him because he's in a lot of legal troubles. So you got all these fake people that were, I'd rather be by myself than be with fake people, right? This is why you don't see me with a lot of sponsor deals or a lot of people in the industry, all right? Because these people are fake, man, and most of them are satanic. So I don't want to be there anyway. You know what I mean? But these people are fake, man. And I called them out years ago. Running with Big Boy knowing you fake. You know what I mean? When the moment that train crashes or that railroad crashes, you're gone. And how many people are still with Ben right now? Maybe one or two people? Out of all the people that were with Ben and repping Ben Armstrong and Big Boy and Hit Squad, they ain't with him no more. You know? You think New York Times didn't see this coming a long time ago when they saw that Bit Boy was the number one Twitter guy, YouTuber and stuff, and they were covering cryptos for the first time, and they were checking up on Bit Boy, and the Hit Squad and stuff. You didn't think that they didn't see this? I mean, if I could see, I'm not even a registered psychologist or anything. I mean, I saw this thing clear as day. You don't think these guys saw it when they were doing their research on it? These Nobody says anything until after you until it's all over, right? Now all of a sudden, oh, he lost everything. Now we can even stomp on him even more, right? And this is what they do. This is what they do, and how this is what the elites do, the Hollywood people do, the cabal, the people that are in the club, everybody that covers their eyes and wears black and white. Matter of fact, this article is in black and white. you know, it's awful. It's awful. It's awful what these people, and we see it over and over. There's gonna be another person. Then another person. Then another person. And it was what's their names before the Big Connect guys, right? Trayvon James, and it's like, and oh boy, it's like every single 3 years it's somebody else, and everybody's just, they come up, and then they completely get destroyed, you know and all the people that they thought they were friends just vanish in thin air, right? Because everybody's just fake. Everybody likes you because you can do something for them, or you're making money and they want to be around you, right? Because, hey, if I'm around this guy, maybe I can get a deal. I can say, hey, I'm associated with him, give me a deal too. It's all to make themselves look good, and unfortunately, um, that's just how reality. That's just the world we live in, and as you guys can see, I picked people that nobody knew. You know what I mean? The people that came on my channel, nobody knew who they were, right? So you couldn't say, "Hey, Currency trying to make money off of this person," or "Currency is trying to use this person for fame." You know, like almost everybody that was on my channel. Yes, yes, I did post some what's those guys' names? I'm drawing a blank now. I did post some people that were already famous, but they weren't partners in the channel. I just posted their stuff, right, from time to time. It wasn't that much but majority of the people that were on my channel, Kenneth Story, nobody knew who he was, right? Um, Lana Vasa, no, she blew up on Eyes Open because I was posting her videos on Eyes Open Media, right? Um, and and then what's the other ones? Prophet of Solomon, right? Benny Wilson, Dorsey's Resource, right? John Dorsey, TC Wealth Transfer, right? And who else do I post on there? I posted some other people on there, right? On this channel and the other channel, right? The people I posted, when I first posted them, nobody really knew who these people were, right? Now some of them have bigger names, and some of them are about to have even bigger names after the second round of the wealth transfer. And Benny passed away, so but some of them are about to be really big time in the next few weeks to few months, right? As God releases the second round of the wealth transfer, and they're really going to stand out. But nobody knew who they were, so you can't say, "Oh, Currency, Currency, you posted all the people that you already knew about because you wanted to be attached to them for endorsement deals." I don't have any endorsement deals, you know, and nobody knew who they were, right? So, um, and the whole goal was to post them to grow them so that people can know who they are, right? To give them a platform, right? So they can shine or even outshine me. Some of them have outshined me, right? Some of them are going to do better than I am, right? Some of them are going to lead people into things that we couldn't even imagine, right? So it's going to be awesome, right? So, anyways, I saw this coming. I told you guys about it years in advance. Some of you guys, especially on Patreon, said, you no Currency, you're wrong. Ben's gonna be okay. There's nothing wrong with Ben. He's just passionate. That's what somebody told me. I'm like, you're just passionate, Currency. I know the difference between passion. I'm passionate. I'm passionate, right? Um, Not all the time though. I'm only passionate sometimes. Now, look, this is entertainment purposes. I get it, but I am passionate sometimes. You know what I mean? I am passionate sometimes. Not all the time. I'm mostly quiet and chill most of the time, but I am passionate about things as well. You have to be passionate to do videos like I do every single day for years, right? This work ethic is ridiculous, right? Even I can admit that. I'm like, yo, my work ethic is ridiculous to be able to post this many. I post like 100,000 videos in the last since 20, I don't know, 2014, 2015 on YouTube. I mean, it's crazy. Like I posted probably more videos on YouTube. Of course, now that my channel's been terminated, now I think my channel will come back with the next owner when the next owner comes in and reestablish everybody's channels and has free speech again, just like what happened on Twitter when everybody's channel was taken down, but then everybody's not channel, but everybody's pages were taken down, and then they were able to reinstate them, right? So my channel's still there. It's just not is just hidden, right? They hid it, right? So, but maybe in a few years or whatever, somebody else takes over YouTube and then they reinstate everybody, and I'll be back on the Currency 365. But to be able to do that many videos and give and post every day like that for since 2014 2015 is incredible, right? And not take any barely any unless I was sick or something like that. I barely take any days off, right? And same thing on Patreon. I've posted more videos on Patreon than anybody on in Patreon since 2019, right? So since I came back on Patreon 29, I was on Patreon. I was the first. I think I was the first person on in the dinar community and the crypto community to be on Patreon. I was on Patreon back in like 2016, maybe 2016, 2017, somewhere around there, right? And so I was either the first person or one of the first people in the dinar community and crypto community to have a Patreon page, right? And now everybody's doing it now. And but then I reloaded on in 2019 because Prophet Shirley told me that I was going to come back to Patreon in a big way, and then Benny said that he saw me doing something that was going to be very successful. And then a couple of weeks later, I relaunched my Patreon. I didn't know it was going to be Patreon when Benny said it, but I relaunched my Patreon because YouTube took my channel down again for like 2 strikes or whatever, 3 strikes or whatever it was, and so I had to wait for that. So while that time, I relaunched my Patreon, and it's been a great success, like Benny said, and like like Prophet Shirley said it was going to be, right. So, but and I've posted more videos on Patreon than anybody else in Patreon on Patreon, you know. So the work ethic is there, right? And Bit Boy Ben Armstrong had the same work ethic as me. I mean, this guy was crazy at it, right? So he was at the elite work ethic level, just like I am, right? So that's why I tried not to diss him because he had the great work ethic. I know he got people into scam coins and things at rug pool stuff, but I really didn't try to diss the man. I just knew that because of the mental state that he was in, the train was going to crash at some point. You know what I mean? If he didn't get help. And I've been begging for years for this guy to get help, for his friends and family members to get him some help. It's just they just never did for some reason. And then when they tried to, it was too late, right? So and he even talked about it. He thought he needed help long time ago, right? And so it's sad to see, but he's still doing okay. I mean, of course he has lawyers and all this stuff after him, but besides all the lawsuit stuff, I mean, he's on pace to have 1 million followers by the end of this year, on YouTube again, right? So he's doing things by himself. He has Stake as a sponsor. They're still paying him really well. Yes, he has thousands of dollars of lawsuits on it because he keeps opening his mouth talking crap about people and calling people pedos and stuff. You can't do that, man. You can't do stuff like that, right? They're gonna sue you for doing stuff like that. You tarnishing people's names like that. You can't do stuff like that. But other than the lawsuit stuff and other than the divorce and everything else, if you're just looking at his YouTube and his trajectory, by the end of the year, BitBoy is gonna Ben Armstrong. He's no longer BitBoy. He's Ben Armstrong. Ben Armstrong is gonna be at 1 million followers if he just stays on track and keeps his mind insane and gets some help. He'll be at 1 million followers again, and he'll have the sponsor deals, and he'll be back. He'll have the he can have the YouTube allows you to have the memberships and all that. Twitter membership, you can have subscriptions on Twitter as well, right? So there's no reason for BitBoy not to be the one of the top dogs again in cryptos. He just has to stay out of the crazy stuff that he does, right? That tarnishes everything, and and get off these medications. Another thing that people do is they think, oh, I have problems, I need to get on medication, and that's what makes it even worse, right? We get off the medications and get on organic fruits. Organic fruits is how to solve his problems mentally, right? They would eliminate the mucus, right? Fruits are the key. Grapes, grapefruits, grapes, berries, strawberries, orange. But it has to be organic. Get on that, man. Get off the medication stuff and get on the organic fruits and see how quickly your life changes. I mean, it's incredible what God has given us, which is the fruits with the seed in it, right? And that's what he needs. And the fact that people are just saying, take this medication, take that medication, and and it just makes him even worse. It's like, dog, get off the medications. And same thing for you guys and girls that are on medication that is making you even worse than you are before, and it just debilitates your entire body. And get on the organic fruits. All right, so that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it there. I was supposed to only do 10 minutes of it, but I had to go through the history of Bitboy and currency and where what how things are going. I don't hate Ben. Matter of fact, how can I hate Ben when I've been warning him about all these things that are coming and to save himself from the destruction? That doesn't mean that doesn't mean I love him either. But that doesn't mean that I hate him, right? That means that I actually saw these things coming and I tried to warn him, and I tried to warn you guys too. And you guys are like, nope, we're gonna stay on here until it crashes. Then we're gonna go somewhere else. That's not a friend. That's not people that that's good. Right? I'm not saying all you guys did it, but some of you guys did do that. And you need to check yourself in the mirror and say, who am I? If I can watch somebody crash, knowing he's going to crash, not warn him, and then get off of the crash and then go and just go hop on somebody else's train ride. That's not a good person. You know what I mean? So you might want to repent for that and check yourself in the mirror, man. Some of you guys, only I bet you not that many of you guys that did that, but I know some of you guys did do that. And that's not right, man. It's not cool, right? We're human beings and we're supposed to be kingdom people. So as kingdom people, let's watch out for people. Let's look out for people. If you see me going off the rails, you see somebody else going off the rails, you got to let people know, man. Say, hey, currency, I'm praying for you, man. I see you going off the rails a little bit, man. I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dang, I am. I need to stop and pray myself and go into some fasting and praying and get right. Okay? Peace out. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ben Armstrong, stay the course. Go through the fire because you made this fire. Go through it. Get on some organic fruits. Get your lifestyle back. Get healthy, and pump out these videos. Your work ethic is at the elite level, and get back on track, man, and reverse your life. Peace out. God bless. Bye.